feeling a lot of pressure to get books read by the end of the year, and I keep reminding myself, it's okay. There's a whole other year coming. Hi everyone, it's me, Jess. Look how dark it is. Can you see outside? I know. Well, there's Granola playing with his toy. And look how dark it is. I have my Christmas lights up. You guys, it's 4:20 in the afternoon. Yes, it's painful. I've decided to embrace the darkness. It was so cute. I came home today and I know what this is. Look at the cute sticker on the back. So if you don't know this already, the wonderful Erik at Break Even Books runs a readathon every year in December called the Reindeer Readathon. I think this is the 5th year. I will link everything about the readathon and a link to Erik's channel in the description box below. This will be my 3rd year participating. I love this readathon. I just think it's so cute, and they obviously put so much work into it. He's so sweet. So I ordered from his website these Reindeer Readathon bookmarks. These are, I don't know what he called them, like the original or something. They're from a couple of years ago, and I really liked this design. So I'm very excited and I wanted to support him. So I ordered the bookmarks and they came right. They literally were in my inbox before I just started filming. I was actually thinking, oh, it's so dark. The lighting's not going to be good. I don't really feel like filming today. And then there in my mailbox was my incentive. So cute. I'm here, in case you didn't realize from this introduction, I'm here to talk about my TBR for the month of December, the last month of 2023. The prompts are linked in the description box below. I'm just going to read them out as I choose the books. The first one is Dasher. It's worth 15 points. Oh, and I believe I am on, I don't remember what team I'm on. I think I'm on Team Nutcracker. So the way that the Reindeer Readathon works is that you sign up and then you get assigned to a team. And I'm pretty sure I'm on Team Nutcracker, but I have to check. Yes, so I'm going to be on Team Nutcracker. Go Team Nutcracker. I have my pile of picks here for the various prompts, so let's just start right from the beginning. The first one was a little tricky, the first prompt. So all of the prompts are created with the 9 reindeers in mind, including Rudolph, and there are extra bonus points. I'll try to talk about them together in terms of the books that I've chosen for the prompts. So the first prompt is Dasher. It's worth 15 points. Read a book where the title contains one of the first 5 words you see in the word grid on the next page. So they've provided a word grid. It looks like so. I saw fool, I saw summer, and I saw time, and I saw crown, and I saw sister. And then I thought, oh man, I don't know if I have any books with any of those words. And I remembered that a friend of mine, I don't know if she's watching, did read and then loan me this book, or pass on to me this book called Black Summer, which is a mystery. She said it was really readable. She said it was really good. I think I'm gonna read this for that prompt. The other option, because I got the word time, and this could be an option for me for the other readathon that I'm curious about participating in December called Remember December, where you reread books. Because I got the word time, I could also read, and I might do this, The Daughter of Time, which is a book that I read in my history class when I was in, not middle school, but in Canada we call it junior high. So I think I must have been in grade 8 or 9, but that would have made me how old? That would have made me like 14 years old or something when I read it for this history class, and I actually wrote an essay on it that I did very well on. And I don't think I need to go back and read my essay, although I do have it in my possession. I thought it would be very cute to reread The Daughter of Time, and I know that Shelley Swearigan just read The Daughter of Time, I think for the first time, and really, really liked it, and it got me thinking back about that. I may very well do that, or else I will be reading this thriller, Black Summer, which was recommended by by my friend. I can't decide. Maybe I will do both if I have enough time, because The Daughter of Time is not a very, I don't think it's a very big book if I recall. This is about Jared Keaton, chef to the stars, charming, charismatic psychopath. Oh yeah, good start. He's currently serving a life sentence for the murder of his daughter, Elizabeth. Her body was never found, and Keaton was convicted largely on the testimony of Detective Sergeant Washington Poe. So when a young woman staggers into a remote police station with irrefutable evidence that she is Elizabeth Keaton, Poe finds himself on the wrong end of an investigation, one that could cost him much more than his career. This sounds good. It sounds good for cozy winter, cold, dark evenings. Sounds like I could escape into that. So either that or The Daughter of Time, or maybe The Daughter of Time in addition to. So that'll be 15 points. I'm excited to earn points for my team who love this competition. The next prompt is, I'm sorry, my elderly dog has cognitive impairment and she wanders around and I can't really stop her. So I apologize for the clacking sound of her walking. She wanders my apartment, in case anybody was wondering what that clacking sound was. Do you want to say hi? I won't even lift her up because she's elderly. Answer for 15 points. Read a book with a title that has at least 5 words in it. So I did go through around my shelves and I did have quite a few selections for this, but I'm going with another wintry book. The Memoirs of Stockholm, Sven by Nathaniel Ian Miller. I picked this up on a recommendation. I don't recall when or who, but look at this wintry cover. It's set in 1916 and it's about Sven Ormsson, who leaves a restless life in Stockholm to seek work and adventure in Svalbard, an Arctic archipelago where darkness reigns 4 months of the year. Oh, how appropriate! But his time as a miner ends when an avalanche nearly kills him, leaving him disfigured, after which Sven flees, sounds really interesting, flees even farther to an uninhabited fjord. There, with the company of a loyal dog, he builds a hut and lives alone, testing himself against the elements. I've heard that this is really, really good, that it's very funny, and that it's very atmospheric, and it really evokes this kind of stark Arctic landscape. So I think it's going to be perfect for wintry, very wintry vibes. Prompts this year are very interesting. Some of them were very hard for me to find books for on my shelves. Answer worth 10 points. Read a book set in a place where you have never been. Well, I do have lots of different possibilities for reading a book set in a place where I never have been. But I really have been wanting to read this book for quite some time. It's just an excuse to read it, to add it to this TBR, and that's Other People's Clothes. It's set in Berlin. Now, I've never been to Berlin, so that I'd love to go one day. I've never been there. I've been to other places in Europe, but I've never been to Berlin. So this is set in 2009. It's about 2 art students who arrive from New York, and they're both desperate for the city to solve their problems. I guess they're running away from their problems. Zoe is grieving for her high school best friend murdered months before in her hometown in Florida, and Haley is rich, obsessed with the exploits of Lindsay Lohan and Britney Spears, and wants to be a Warholian legend. Both of these characters, well, Haley anyway sounds like a really interesting character, or a very obnoxious character, one that I might enjoy hating. Together they rent a once magnificent apartment from eccentric crime writer Beatrice Bex. Yes, I've been wanting to read this for so long. With little to fill their time, they spend their nights twisting through Berlin's club scene and their days hungover. Soon, inexplicable things start happening in the apartment, and the 2 friends suspect they're being watched by Beatrice, the writer. Convinced that their landlady is using their lives as inspiration for her next thriller, they decide to beat her at her own game. Ah! This sounds really good. This sounds it'll be really fun. And I've been meaning to read it for like more than a year. I'm not sure how much of the city of Berlin really plays a role in this book, but I really want to read it. Vixen, which is worth 20 points. Read a book you have been putting off. Okay, this was a little bit tricky for me because I have books. So I have some options for this in terms of books that I've been quote unquote putting off. But I think what I want to read is Jonathan Franzen's The Corrections, because I know that it's set over Christmas and it was on my big books list for this year. And it's not so much that I put it off, but I wanted to read it last year at this time and I didn't get around to it. I think that that's going to be my choice. It says, The alarm bell had been ringing for years. Enid, longtime matriarch of the Lambert family, sets her heart on an elusive goal, bringing her family together for one last Christmas at home. And this had a lot of acclaim when it was published. I know that some people have issues with Franzen, these very white, male, American, at least that's what I've heard. But I've heard also good things about Jonathan Franzen, so I'm hoping to get to this, and it's a big, chunky one, which leads me to the bonus. Actually, I should have talked about the bonus points before when I was talking about The Daughter of Time, because one of the bonus points, I don't have a physical copy of The Daughter of Time, so I would probably read it on an ebook, and that means that I would get an extra 15 points for Christmas lights for reading an ebook. For reading a book that's over 500 pages, which this book is, you would earn an extra 25 points for Christmas Star. So yeah, trying to get in those extra points. This one is 500, almost 600 pages. I better just put one of my little bookmarks in there just to make sure I've got one when I start it. Excited. Comet, 20 points. A book that starts with the same letter as your star sign. I don't think anybody will be too shocked to when I tell them my star sign is Aries, which means A. I've chosen the Anthill. I'm just going with Anthill, the name of the book, which I've been wanting to read for a while. This is a thriller. You know who really talked very highly about this book was G.K. Reads on her channel. Ever since then, I've wanted to read it. Set in Colombia. I guess I could have used this as read a book set somewhere where you've never been before, because I've never been to Colombia either. So it's about a woman, Lena, who's returned to Colombia after having been away for a period of time, and she seeks out her childhood friend, Maddie, who now runs the Anthill, which is the name of a daycare for refugee street kids of Medellin. But her reunion with Maddie is not what she was hoping for. She no longer recognizes Medellin, and Maddie has become guarded, uninterested in reliving the past she thought they both cherished. So as Lena begins to confront her memories and Colombia's traumatic history, strange things start happening at the Anthill. Something is violently scratching at the inside of the closet door. The kids are drawing unsettling pictures, and there are mysterious sightings of a small, dirty boy with pointy teeth. Ooh, it sounds really scary and good. Ooh, that sounds scary. I'm gonna scare myself this Christmas. I'm still on my spooky kick. Cupid, 15 points. Read a book that has multiple points of view. Through my shelves, and I was surprised that I couldn't find that many, because I feel like I read a lot of books that have multiple points of view, and then I remembered The Break by Katherena Vermette, and I thought, oh, maybe that's written from different points of view from what I know of it. And it is. It's written from the points of view of different family members and different members of this community of mixed Indigenous and settler descent. It tells the story of a multi-generational family dealing with the fallout of shocking crime. Katherena Vermette is a Métis. It's an Indigenous voice, and I think it's part of a trilogy. She's published all three, so I think the second one is called The Stranger and the last one is called The Circle. I talked about The Circle when I was talking about the Globe and Mail's recommended books for the fall, and that's what got me thinking back to this book, and I've been meaning to read it last year and I just didn't get around to it, so it's a great choice for that prompt, and I'm adding it to my list. Oh, I'm so excited. I really work hard to read all the books in December for the Reindeer Readathon because I'm earning points for my team, and so there's a special kind of commitment that I end up making to this TBR. It really means that I'm hoping I will read most of these books. I'm very excited. Donner, 15 points. Read a book with okay, this was so hard for me to find. Erik, if you're watching this prompt really threw me off. Read a book with multiple animals on the cover. I looked and I searched high and low my shelves, and the only books that I have that have multiple animals on the cover currently are books that I've already read, and then I remembered that I read Tin Man and loved it this year, and that last year I wrapped Sarah Winman's Still Life. I think this is it, judging by the size of the book. And since I'm trying to get through my wrap TBR, this totally makes sense. I'm gonna open it now. I hope I picked the right one. And I'm pretty sure there are animals on the cover. Yes, I picked the right one. Congratulations to me. Now I'm hoping there are multiple animals on the cover of this book because I know that this book has animal characters. So I figured Those animals were probably on the cover from what I remember. Ah! There's only one animal on the cover. No! Well, it's going to have to be. This is going to have to be. We're going to have to make an exception because I don't have any books with multiple animals on the cover. So unless I can find a replacement, this is it. This is what I'll be reading. I hope I can take my liberties. This is set during World War II, and I think it takes place in Florence. It's told in part through the character of a parrot, I think, or the parrot is a character in this book. I'm not sure. Evelyn Skinner, a middle-aged art historian who has come to Italy to salvage paintings from the ruins and recall long-forgotten memories of her own youth. Anyway, I hope that's okay. I went to all that trouble, but I think that's all the best I can do with the animals on the cover prompt. It does say multiple animals. I'm concerned. I really don't have any books. I'll search through again. So that's the 15 points that I might end up not being able to earn for my team if I don't get a pass. Blitzen, 20 points. Roll a dice or use a random number generator, numbers 1 to 6. So I got my die. I got my die. I'm gonna roll my die on the book and we're gonna see what I get. It says the number you get multiplied by 100 is the minimum amount of pages the book needs to have for this prompt. Woo! Okay. Hot number two coming in. Oh, burn. Do you guys see that? Woo! It's a 1. I only have to have 100 pages for this pick, which is great. I'm really happy about that. Yay. I really want to read I Am Homeless. This is Not My Home from the library. I still haven't gotten to it, and I don't think I'm going to get to it before the end of November, and it's just under 200 pages. So that will be my pick for that prompt. That was lucky. What were the chances I would roll a 1 or a 2? A 1. Last prompt for Rudolph for 20 points. Read a book that came out before you were born or a book that came out in 2023. Also, there's a bonus here for 20 points Christmas carols if you read a book that's an audiobook. This is the book that my book club has chosen to read for this month, Manifesto. Our book club is meeting on the 9th of December, so I call it as a December book, but there might be another book for January, I'm not sure, or if we're going to take, I'm not sure if we'll take a break over Christmas. So I took it out of the library and I've been part reading it, part listening to it on an audiobook. This is the second book from Colson Whitehead that is, it's the same character. So I took Nola's carrying the laundry bag around. I took Harlem Shuffle out of the library and started it, but I didn't finish it. This is set with the same characters in the same furniture store in New York in the 70s. So it's not, you could read them one after the other, or you can read this one as a standalone. And so far I'm really enjoying it. It's written in a very specific voice. The main character is this furniture store owner, Ray Carney. It's all about how he's surviving, trying to keep his business going, and trying to stay on the straight and narrow and not get involved in crooked dealings, I guess. And I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's going to be great. So read a book that was published in 2023 because I believe it was published in 2023. Yes, it was. Yeah. So that's my book for that prompt. Now, The Elephant in the Room. I really want to read Fayne before the end of the year. Can I read all of these books? And Fayne is the question. Possible I might not get it read for the end of the year because it is a chunker and that's a lot of pages. But it's also possible that I might be able to, I don't know, switch things up or mood read a little bit. I am finished teaching mid-December, so I might have more time for reading than I normally do. My hopes are high, ambitious, TBR that it is, but we shall see how it goes. We'll see if I get it all in. Get it all in. So yeah, that's a pretty big stack for December. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to participate in the Reindeer Readathon, if you're participating in the Remember December Readathon, if you're participating in any other readathons, and what you're reading over the holiday break. I'm planning on also maybe filming a vlog, doing all of the fun end of the year content best of lists, gift guide lists, all of it is coming. So make sure you're subscribed. Hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video.